And we are back here in beautiful Denver, Colorado for our second game of coverage for the 2019 NAGAAA Cup, presented by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. In this game, we've got Phoenix Charlies. They are the home team. We have an A versus A matchup. We've got Phoenix Charlies will be the home team against Dallas Texas Force. They will be the visiting team. So we'll run through the Dallas lineup first. It'll be Bronson, McCutcheon, and Giesick. And then Atkinson, Sirianni, and Aros. And then Sens, Powell, DeFee. Rounded out by Anderson and Ryan. And that'll be who we have coming up next. Before our first pitch is thrown, though, it is incumbent upon me to remind you that the first pitch for this game is brought to you by AD Star, your one-stop shop for balls and equipment. Check out the official ball sponsor for NAGAAA at adstarr.com. That's adstar.com. And this game is brought to you by Out Front Magazine. And we had mentioned that the 2019 NAGAAA Cup is sponsored by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
For those who thirst for more, Coors Light is colder, cleaner, and crisper. Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
So Outfront Magazine is bringing us this game, Denver's online source for all the news and views related to the LGBTQ community. From breaking news to bar happenings, Outfront Magazine is the news source of record. Check them out at outfrontmagazine.com. And there's the first pitch to Bronson, who slaps it over to the shortstop side, and he's out on a play that goes 6-3. From the right side, he was just trying to slap that in and use his speed, but the Phoenix Charlies, also playing with a five-man infield, had shortened up the left side to combat just exactly that. So that'll bring up McCutcheon, who bats with one out, and he takes a strike behind the plate. That is home plate umpire TK, who is from Atlanta, and then our friend Chris Overly is out there on the base paths, and the two umpire mechanic, and he somehow does McCutcheon to find a hole in a five-man infield on the left side where they all were. So if there is such a thing as beating the shift in softball, McCutcheon just did it on a seeing eye single through the left side, kind of in between the pitcher and the middle infielder there. So that will bring up, now I'm going to say this wrong again, is it Giesick? Gessick. So it's Phoenix Charlies against Dallas Texas Force. Charlies is the home team as they're out in the field, and McCutcheon's going to round second, head to third. They're going to wave him home on the Giesick double. Giesick's going to head to third. They're going to throw him, and McCutcheon is home safely on a triple by Gessick up the middle.
I think it's safe to say that my friend Joe has completely recovered from the knee injury he sustained playing basketball. He was relegated to just EH duties for part of this year, but now he's running like his old self, and he gets an RBI triple, scores his partner Zach McCutcheon.
Here's the first pitch to Atkinson. He goes after that one, tickets that for the right field, and Gessick is able to score easily.
So I just want to update fans that are watching today. The Portland Brewers, they were eliminated in their last game after winning to advance. They just lost their game to the Orlando Unicorns A team. The Orlando Unicorns A about to play the Austin team that just lost to Palm Springs. And that game is going on right now.
The first pitch to Sirianni is a ball. And he turns on this one, sends it to left center field. The left fielder and the three outfield mechanic is able to get that in. So Sirianni flies out to left on the play that goes F7 for out number 2. So Dallas, Texas Force, an A team. We've got A versus A here. So the home run rule is 4. We'll explain what that means here in a minute. As Aros sends a shot into the alley in left center field. The left fielder is able to slickly get over there and make it look easy on the play that goes F7. So he's responsible for outs number 2 and 3. That'll bring up Sands, Powell, and DeFee coming up the next time the Force takes the field or heads to the plate. But in the meantime, for the Phoenix Charlies, it will be DJ Mosier, Oldham, Turner, followed by Santana, Valderia, and Tuttle. And then rounding it out will be Johnson, Mountier, Valenzuela, and Schmitz. Phoenix Charlies, sponsored by Charlies in Phoenix. If you've ever been to Phoenix during Pride or during their NAGAAA Cup, a wonderful tournament there, you have been to Phoenix Charlies because it is the bar to go to in Phoenix. Right. There are lots of bars to go to, but nothing anywhere is quite like Charlies. It's the Oil Can Harry's of Phoenix.
That's very true. Yes, it is.
It's a good analogy, right?
Oil Can Harry's in Austin, one of the premier places to go in the capital city of Texas, and a very good sponsor, very giving sponsor of the Softball Austin League.
Phoenix Charlies is one of the venerable A teams. They've been in the A division for 15 years. They are sponsored by both Charlies and Coors Light, with additional support by Arizona Gloveman and Downtime Sports. So one of those teams that takes money when they can get it, because they do an awful lot of traveling. You'll remember if you followed Cloud Sports Network in our coverage of the Sin City Classic, we were able to enjoy watching the Charlies tackle the Rounders in the final game there in Sin City, and Charlies was able to beat the Rounders in that championship game and then force an if game, which then they also won. Kind of double dipping against one of the world's best.
Where was that?
That was in Sin City.
Oh, I didn't. You know what?
Sin
This
City
was
Classic.
the first one that I missed this year in about 6 or 7, I think. I missed it. I always look forward to that, but I could not make it this year, so I had to hear about it from.
Well, hopefully you watched some of our
and
coverage.
I did watch some of your coverage. I absolutely did.
That'll bring up DJ Mosier now for Charlies, and he goes opposite field down the left field side.
It's in. It's in for a hit.
Fair ball. He touches first, rounds there, heads into second. There's not going to be a throw. So Mosier is aboard with a double down the left field line, and that was placed. I don't think you could have thrown that ball and had it landed in a better spot.
He just placed it perfectly. Hello. Oh, hello.
We have a guest with us here in the dugout, or here in the broadcast booth, Roy Mullaney, the committee chair for the NAGAAA Hall of Fame, and himself a 10-year survivor of a commissionership of the North American Gay Amateur Athletic Alliance. We'll be chatting with him in between the action here this inning. Roy, it's good to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming by. Bad luck for your team here in the having to face a very good Orlando team.
We're good.
There's a ground ball to third, and an amazing play by the third baseman to fire over to first to get it on the return throw, and he is out from the return throw from the first baseman. And folks, you will not see a better play than that in softball. That was a masterpiece. Was that McCutcheon over there?
That's Zach playing third base today instead of the middle infielding position. He's at third, made the nice stop there, and then the return throw from the first baseman.
The play goes 5-3 to 5 for a double play.
Good call there.
Turner comes up with a shot down the right field line that would have easily have scored Oldham, or Mosier, but since he's not there anymore, Turner is aboard with a single and 2 outs. That'll bring up Santana. Roy, that was a good play.
That was an incredible play.
Hopefully with the magic of our instant replay, you were able to enjoy that for a moment, but these guys keep coming up and swinging at the first pitch. It makes it hard to get that in. That'll bring Santana up. He hits a shot down in the middle of the first and second base. That'll put Turner rounding second, head to third. Santana's aboard with a leadoff with another single. And so now we have runners at the corners and 2 outs, and they're going faster than I can catch up.
Roy, you've been a busy man, haven't you?
I have been.
So you have a Hall of Fame announcement that's not quite the announcement, but an announcement.
Yes. On Tuesday, we're going to...
There's the line drive right up the middle to the right center side. Turner will score. Santana will stop at second. On Friday, you will do what?
On Tuesday, we will be announcing the 8 members that are in this 2019 class. So look for that.
Members.
Look for the announcement on all the NAGAAA channels and the emails going out
What time will that be?
around noon, I believe.
Your time?
No, on noon East Coast, I believe.
Okay.
And that is going to be broadcast or sent out via the social media channels?
That's correct.
So Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
8 are in. How many nominees did you have?
We had 49 nominees this year, and that's not the most ever.
2 outs now, runners at first and second. Turner is the lone runner to have survived and made it in so far. So we have a score of 2-1.
2-1.
Charlie's has 1.
You have how many voting members in this group?
That's a fly ball right up the middle. That's going to get past the dive of the outfielder. In will come Santana as he rounds third. They're going to rave Valeria home. He's going to make it in 2. And now, just like that, with 2 outs and 2 out hitting, the Phoenix Charlies have put 3 on the board to take the lead 3-2.
So that double play was really big. It prevented a second run, another run from scoring.
Absolutely.
I'll
huge.
say.
Now runner at second and 2 gone. There's a line drive that's going to find a hole in the outfield as Tuttle, who had managed to get to second on that play, is going to round third and come home for the 4th run of the inning, all with 2 outs.
Roy, how many voting members do you have?
We have 147 voting members.
And what's the threshold to make it in?
67%, 2/3.
That's not easy.
And we had 122 members vote this year.
100 and how many?
Highest, 122, the
Wow.
highest ever.
So that Johnson flies out to left center field for out number 3 after 4 runs have crossed the plate. So Phoenix Charlies now has a 4-2 lead over Dallas, Texas Force. So just to recap again, Roy, they are going to announce 8 members on Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 Eastern, or around.
Correct. There will be a message going out, Twitter, Facebook, all of those NAGAAA channels for that, as well as we'll also be announcing the place in Kansas City where we're having the Hall of Fame dinner that you can buy tickets to is going to be the National Basketball Hall of Fame.
The Collegiate Basketball Hall of Fame.
Correct.
Yeah, we were
It's
able to-
phenomenal.
It looks like it's going to be an amazing event. Any thank yous you want to give out to your committee members?
The Veterans Committee, all of them, all 12 of them, they've helped immensely in this. So I thank you guys for doing this. I think this is a great thing. I think we should do this more.
Well, we
Hear,
certainly
hear.
agree with you. Montier comes up and pops one into right center field. That ball's going to clear the fence, roll over the hill, and head to Wyoming. Montier smacked that one. Sorry, not Montier. Sands. Thank you, Rich. I flipped my lineup over and then flipped it back over again, thinking I hadn't done it. Well, thank you, Roy, for coming in. We appreciate the time, and thanks for giving us that announcement.
I thank you for the time. Thanks, guys.
Our pleasure. So that was Sands with the big home run over the right center field wall that is still rolling around out there in the freeway. And that'll bring up Powell, who sends a shot off the glove of the first baseman. He's hustling down the line. Hips don't fail me now. And he is going to be out on the play that goes 3-4-3. As Powell grounds out for Defee. Roy Mullaney, we should also point out, is himself a Hall of Famer.
And well deserved. He's done a whole lot for this association, for the alliance in the time that he's been around. Not only, as you said, as commissioner, but he has a really interesting job as the Hall of Fame head. And I can tell you that going to the meetings and listening to some of the things he has to say, the vision that he's had for the Hall of Fame. Here's a grounder to short. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're right. Good pickup. Ball gets away from the first baseman, so Defee is safe. So you were saying?
I was trying to get some information from him yesterday, but when he told me that there were 49 nominees, it was an incredible number. And then when he told me that's not a record, I was even stunned more.
Well, a lot of people are passionate about their softball and have been around for a long time. Lots of deserving folks. And that Veterans Committee is able to take a look at some of those folks who may not everybody knows, so that makes it a lot easier for, not easier, but it makes it a little better to be able to make some determinations like that. Meanwhile, here's a little poke into the right field. It's going to get away from the right fielder. The runner for Defee will make it all the way to third. I didn't see who that was, who they swapped out for him.
Bubba Jones.
Bubba Jones, so that'll bring up, that was Anderson who pumped that ball over there. So now we have Ryan up to bat with 1 out, 1 in, 2 on. Here's the pitch from the lefty. First left-handed pitcher I've seen, actually, here at the NAGAAA Cup. That one is going to be called as hitting the plate, so we have 3 balls and 1 strike. Taken all the way there was Ryan, so that one is called a strike, right on the inside corner. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. There's a ground ball to short. Up with it, steps over to second for out number 1, and then over to first for out number 2 on the turn. Took it himself, 6 unassisted to 3, and that will be out number 2 and 3. So that runner from score, the runner for Defee, Bubba Jones, does not score. Anderson is out at second. Ryan is out at first for out number 3. 1 run in on the monster shot by Sens. And that was the 3rd run for Dallas, Texas Force. And we'll have Mountier now coming up. He better hit a home run or I'm going to look really foolish. Mountier will now come up for Phoenix Charlies. And that home run from Sens was brought to you by Right Choice Promotions, the official merchandiser for NAGAAA. Whenever you need a merchandise run, check them out at rightchoicepromotions.com. Rich, it sounds like some people are rocking out here. We've got some music playing in the dugouts. We've got lots of folks kind of filling into the stands, and it's only going to get more festive as the day goes along, as teams find themselves on the losing end of things, come and hang out and watch their friends play.
And that is exactly what we hope to happen. We always like when we get down to these games towards the end that we have a whole lot of people here cheering for their friends, and that's always been the goal.
That is Valenzuela up now. He hits a ground ball right up the middle where nobody was. Just easy poke there. That'll bring up Schmitz. What did Mountier do in his last at bat? I missed it.
He had a fly ball to center field.
Oh, so he was the 3rd out.
He was the third.
Got it. Okay.
Johnson had gotten a single that knocked in Tuttle.
That's right. And I had, oh, I see. Yep, got it. Bad scorekeeping. Bad scorekeeping. There's another line drive right up the middle. That was a rope. The runner for Valenzuela will get to second and stop there as Schmitz, the hitter there, gets to first safely. And we'll flip the lineup for DJ Mosier. Mosier batting from the left side as Defee comes up, goes inside on him, a little bit short, hits the plate. So ball 2 goes upstairs with that one, a little high, but not called illegal. So that is still a ball, however. So 3 balls and 1 strike.
Do you wear a helmet when you pitch?
I do not. I should. I am slow with
or
my
not a
reflexes.
helmet, a face mask.
Yeah, no, I don't. I should. There's his foul to give on the full count, so he will live to swing another day. My reaction is such that as I've gotten older, I'm 46 now. I've been playing softball about 24 years, and I've gotten slow enough now that I really need to start thinking about that.
About wearing a face mask?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should.
Line drive into right field. That's going to bring Valenzuela's runner to third. He will stop there. Schmitz will stop at second. Mosier then will be forced to stop at first for Will Oldham, who will come up with bases loaded. He was the one who hit into that double play on that amazing play by the third baseman and then followed through by the first baseman.
That's McCutcheon. Again today, yesterday the Force played with a 5-man infield. Today they are 4 in the outfield and 4 in the infield.
DeFee is so far the first pitcher we've seen wear that today. So we had, oh, there's a line shot. Deep left field. That ball is going to hit the base of the fence and rattle around out there as Valenzuela will score. Schmitz will score. DJ Mosier is going to be raised, sent home. He's going to score. There's a throw to third on Oldham, and he's going to be safe. So we have runs number 5, 6, 7 coming in. No, 5, 6, 7 coming in.
Got it right.
Oldham is at third on the stand-up triple. He got a hold of that one. I wasn't sure that was going to stay in the park.
Oscar Aris was not playing particularly deep on that.
Turner hits one all over the fence.
Adios means home run.
For runs number 8 and 9 for Phoenix Charlies.
So Turner has scored twice. This is 2 RBIs for him on this at-bat, and Charlies
brought their hitting sticks.
They did. I was about to say that. And so they are up big now.
So in the home run you saw, that was by Turner. They will get 3 more of those because these are 2 A teams going at it. And the way the rule is, when A teams are facing each other, they each get 4 home runs. And so that was home run number 1. Well, over the fence home runs, and that was the first one. That ball to Santana. I still don't have anybody out here.
Because there are.
Oh, there's a moon shot. That one's getting out of here in a hurry. That's going to hit the parking lot and roll around for a while. 302 is the fence line. That probably went about 325 and is still rolling. So Santana with home run number 2 in the game. Run number 10. That brings up Valderia.
Back-to-back jacks.
There's a fly ball, deep right center field. That's going to get to the warning track and be caught there for out number 1 by the right center fielder. So 10 runs in for Phoenix Charlies here in this inning before the first out was recorded. That was just it. And now we'll see Tuttle. There's a pop-up. First catcher, he's up with it and makes the out on the bounce. And that's the difference between A ball and C ball. I hope for the backspin that's going to make that thing roll foul.
Joe got out, and he was going to be aggressive with that. Didn't want to give that opportunity to continue that at-bat, and he made a good play. That's Gesick on to first base.
The rare 2-3. It brings up Johnson. He takes a strike. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's a hard shot right up the middle. And Johnson is aboard safely. He had flown out in his last at-bat. That brings up Mountier. Mountier also flew out. Where did he go? No, Johnson scored in his last at-bat.
Yeah. Johnson got a single.
Yeah.
And now he has a single again. His single in his first at-bat played at Tuttle, and now this is Mountier. So they've batted around this inning. Everyone has batted in their lineup.
And there's that number 3. So 10 runs come across, 3 outs have been recorded. That was Mountier, so we'll go back again to Valenzuela in the next inning. As we see Dallas, Texas Force, we'll start off with their leadoff hitter, Bronson, and then McCutcheon and Gesick. Again, this game is brought to you by Outfront Magazine, Denver's online source for all the news and views related to the LGBTQ community. From breaking news to bar happenings, Outfront Magazine is the news source of record for the community. Check them out at outfrontmagazine.com. It's warming up out there. There's still a bit of a breeze. It's not hot by any stretch of the imagination, but I'd say it's let's see, what does my handy dandy weather app tell me the temperature is right now in Denver, Colorado. Of course, I have to get off my homepage to get there. We'll tell you that in a second. Because all of a sudden I'm an idiot and can't work my phone. Shouldn't really be that hard. 70 degrees. It is 70 degrees right now. Humidity at about 47%. UV index is high. Rich, what does that mean?
It means that we have a lot of ultraviolet in the sky today because of the sun.
That was a good play right there.
We always
but
advise
we might
people,
have an injury here.
We always advise people that if there is, even with the clouds that we have, to make sure that they are protected from the sun's ultraviolet A and B rays. So I would guess that the UV index today is about a 9 or a 10, so that's high to very high.
So Bronson hit a little slapper right back to the pitcher, kind of got off of his glove, and the infield to the shortstop, who was playing very in, came charging in on that and and threw kind of a rushed throw to the first baseman. The ball came out of his glove on the stretch, so Bronson is safe aboard at first for McCutcheon, who turns on that one into the glove of the shortstop. A great play by the shortstop. Fires it over to second to try to get the turn. They do not, but they do get the out at second. That is Bronson for out number 1, and that was just a fine, slick fielding play by that shortstop.
And primarily made because they were playing 5 infielders, so they had someone positioned correctly deep in the hole at shortstop, and they were able to make that play. That would be Montier.
Gesick, meantime, sends a deep fly ball to right center field. That ball's going to hit the warning track for a really long single, as McCutcheon is able to advance to second, but no more, because that ball hung up in the air so long it looked like somebody was going to get to it. Hard to read that off the bat, so Gesick is aboard with a 305-foot single, as McCutcheon is safe at second, and that'll bring up Atkinson.
Joe got into it again. He's been hitting well here in the tournament, and most of his hits have been for extra base. That would have been a double or a triple if Zach hadn't had to hold up, because he was waiting to see if that ball was going to be caught. So first and second now, and 1 out.
There's a ground ball in the 5.5 hole. McCutcheon will hold at third. Gesick will stay at second, and Atkinson is at first. I'm so proud of myself. I'm getting
You got it right. Listen,
I'm so proud.
I've known Joe for about 3 years, and I kept getting it wrong, and I just said, hey, you know, is this right? Is this not right? Just let me know. Gesick from Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Home of the 2020 World Series.
That one's going
Sirianni
yard.
sends it over the fence, and that, folks, is a
grand
slam. My goodness, he just stuck his bat out there. That was Franmil Reyes out there just sticking his bat, and good things happen. Sirianni with a grand slam home run at the NAGAAA Cup. Plates runs number 6, 7, 8, and 9 for the Dallas, Texas Force. And we've got ourselves a ball game, folks.
That's the second grand slam home run we've had here today.
There's another hard shot right at the shortstop for out number 2. Boy, that shortstop they're just wearing him out. Hard hit ball. The shortstop did a great job to just drop down to one knee, watch that ball all the way into his glove, and we have out number 2 recorded for sends.
Montier in perfect position for that ball.
Yeah, he was.
It was kind of dying, but was able to reach down and get it before it hit the dirt. So it's 2 outs.
Sends, hits one just on the very top of the ball, and that's an easy position or easy play for the pitcher. Fields that and tosses it over to first for out number 3, but not before 4 runs come in on the grand slam. So we have Dallas, Texas Force 9, and if my math is correct, Phoenix Charlie's 10. Am I right?
What's the score?
7. So my math is wrong. So I see what I did. 7 runs for Dallas, Texas Force to Charlie's 10. So it's 10-7 here. Somebody's keeping me honest. Thank you, Rich.
Got another good game going here.
And it looks like Charlies have switched off their pitcher, so it's no longer Defee, but now Carl Powell.
Carl Powell.
Still throwing to Gesick behind the plate as McCutcheon is over there at third. I will tell you that from here, in their matching uniforms and body styles, they kind of look alike, so I had to look at their numbers to see which is which.
So this is more of just a switch of positions, as Carl was the extra hitter for Force in this game, so he just goes from pitcher. There's no substitution officially being made. It's just a position change.
Kind of like going from first to second, or first to the outfield.
So Valenzuelos will lead off here in the bottom of the third. The game a little closer now, thanks to the grand slam in the top of this inning by Sirianni.
Good time for it. That one exceeded the height requirement, so it is called illegal. Again, batters still can swing at it if they want to, but if they don't, they know it is going to be a ball. And that is the second one in a row from Powell, trying to find out where that ceiling is. He seems to have been crashing through it. There he goes. He's got that one okay, but he missed the ball. It was a little deep with that arc, so it is a 3-pitch walk to Valenzuela. He's aboard for Schmitz.
It's the perfect reason why I don't umpire. It's that high pitch is so subjective. Even though we know the rule, see, that looked higher than 12 feet to me.
Called a strike there. There's a fly ball into left center field. That one's going to drop in front of the left center fielder. Valenzuela will be safe at second, and Schmitz is aboard his second time in a row with a single. That'll bring up DJ Mosier as we flip the lineup over again. His third at-bat in as many innings, as we are in the bottom of the third. From Denver, Colorado, with the 2019 NAGAAA Cup.
He is 1 for 2. 2 for 2, double and a single.
Yeah. Ground ball back to Powell. He scoops it, fires over to third, gets the lead runner, Valenzuela, so he is out on the Mosier fielder's choice as the play goes 1-5. So Mosier will be safe at first, Schmitz will be safe at second, and that'll bring up Oldham with 2 on and 1 out.
I love what he just did. As soon as he got the ball, he had no hesitation of where he was going. He knew he was going to third and got the out easily.
That ball is deep with the arc, says the umpire, TK from Atlanta. There's a hard shot down the line and foul. So that was strike number 2 now. Now, just because he fouls on strike number 2 doesn't mean that he loses then his foul to give. He's still got one of those to hit. But we do have 2 balls and 2 strikes is the count. Powell comes set now, touches the rubber. Here's the pitch. That one is a little high, past the 12-foot mark. So the umpire calls that illegal, and we've now got a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That one's going to be inside. The batter's going to take it, and he is going to walk to load the bases. So Mosier, who is out, sorry about that. Now Mosier will go to second. Schmitz will go to third. Oldham will be at first, and that loads the bases for Turner, who has 1 home run already today. He takes a strike. That's the top of the ceiling there for Powell. Comes back again. Turner smacks one into deep left center field. That one's going to drop. In comes Schmitz, followed by Mosier. Oldham will stop at second, and Turner's aboard with a 2 RBI single that gives the Phoenix Charlies a total of 12 runs.
Just dropped it right in front of Oscar Aros.
Not trying to do too much there, just getting the base hit.
He saw where the outfield was playing and just dropped it in where he needed to drop it in, and there you go. Another 2 more RBIs for this batter.
Here we have what should be called an infield fly, and the batter would be out automatically on that. So Santana is out on the infield fly. Runners at first and second in less than 2, so that makes the second out. So we've got Valderia coming up now with Oldham and Turner on second and first respectively. Here's the pitch to the lefty. He goes after it, sends a shot right up the middle past the glove of the second baseman. Rounding third is Oldham. He's going to come home, and they're going to score him without a play. Turner will stop at second, and Valderia gets a 2-out RBI single to give them a 13th run.
He now has 2 RBIs in this game, 2 for 3 this afternoon.
That will bring up Tuttle. Runners at first and second, and 2 out. Tuttle takes the first pitch outside, ball 2. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Powell comes at. Here's the 2-1. Goes after that one, and it is caught the corner. So now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Going up on that zone. There's a dive by McCutcheon. He's not able to get it, but but the shortstop is able to field the ball and fire over to second for out number 3 to force Valderia So Tuttle hits into the fielder's choice as the play goes 6-4 for out number 3, but not until Phoenix added to their score to make it a total of 12 runs. 13 runs to 7. So this is game number 2 of our broadcast, Rich Siegel and Roman Jimenez here in the broadcast booth with our engineer and tech person, basically overall superhero nerd, geek guy, Mitch Barnes, keeping everything running smoothly. We've got 4 more games after this, up to and including that championship game. That will bring you at around, it is scheduled for 4:30 p.m. That is Mountain Time. So 4:30 means 6:30 on the East Coast and 3:30 here, out in the Pacific. Right now we've got Phoenix Charlies and Dallas Texas Force. Phoenix is up 13-7. Is that right?
13-7.
13-7. I tried to give them 9. We are in the top of the 4th inning. And Powell takes ball 1, ball 2. Goes after that one. That ball caught the corner. Yes, it did, Carl Powell. He goes after that one, sends it into right field. That one's going to be an easy fly ball for the right fielder. As Powell records out number 1.
We should let everyone know that our next game is going to be a winner's bracket final. The top 2 teams in the winner's bracket will be playing.
DeFee hits a shot right at the shortstop. A great play by the shortstop. Up, turns, fires, and gets DeFee out. That was a masterful play by that shortstop. Really well done. Man, oh man, the defense in this game.
Exactly. That was the shortstop. That is Jason Mountier.
Mr. Mountier, that was a beautiful play. Jace, and from what I understand is your nickname, Jace, that was a beautiful play. Well done. There's a line drive right to that 5th infielder there. So Anderson lines out, and Dallas Texas Force goes 3 up, 3 down. So we'll see Ryan coming up next. And as we head to the bottom of the 4th, this game's moving right along. We will see Johnson, and then Mr. Mountier, followed by Valenzuela.
So one of those winners bracket games that's going on right now to eliminate is the Unicorns A against the Fusion B. And I'm trying to get information on what the other winners bracket game is right now.
We'll bring that to you.
As soon as we get it, you will know.
I'll bring that to you.
That man is good at what he does.
Mitchell Barnes, yeah. So what you missed here in the control room is Mitch got up from the controls, and he is bringing a ladder down, and he's just working his tail off. He is smart, talented, and dedicated. He's the co-founder of the Cloud Sports Network, and we are proud to have him. Meanwhile, that brings up Johnson, who's batting from the right side. He takes a pitch from Powell. That is a ball. I heard a knock too.
I did too. Yes. Who's that knocking at my door?
Oh, there's a shot dive past the dive of the shortstop.
Sirianni made a great effort on that ball, but it just went over his glove, and it's in for a base hit, and so a leadoff base runner for Phoenix.
We apologize for losing the feed there for a second. I know you heard me out there, but I should probably say that in the microphone. We are back live. Had one of our cameras take a break for a second. It is direct sunlight, so that's kind of where we're at here. Brings up Mountier, number 10.
It's nice that people want to visit our booth, don't you think?
It is. So Johnson makes it to second on Mountier's sac fly. That brings up Valenzuela.
I'm just watching Mitch do his thing.
You're looking at our first base camera, our third base camera right now, I think, as we are repositioning our home plate camera. There's a ground ball to the second baseman, who makes an amazing stop on the tricky hop. So much topspin on that thing. Johnson is able to get to third. Valenzuela is safe aboard with the tricky hop that just jumped. I mean, it just jumped up right into his face. Second baseman did a great job to hold that ball, keep it in his glove, saved a run for sure there.
Wes Anderson doing a fantastic job of keeping that ball on the infield, but not able to get the base runner, and here's Schmitz.
Schmitz takes the ball inside. So runners at first and third, one out. Ground ball to third. Past the glove of McCutcheon. That means that Johnson will score, and Valenzuela will get to second, or the runner for him, as Schmitz is at first. Safe. That will flip the lineup for DJ Mosier. He takes the ball. So again, runners at first and second. That's run number 14 has come in now. There's a ground ball, a great dive by the first baseman to get that hard hit ball for out number 2 from Mosier.
Great stab there by the first baseman, Cesar Sens. Caesar's sometimes a third baseman, today playing first base, and went range to his right to make that catch and keep the runners rather at first and second.
Beautifully done. There's the fly ball infield, and that aforementioned first baseman has it for out number 3. So Oldham pops out to first on the play that goes F3 for out number 3. But 1 run scored. That's the 14th of the game as we head into the top of the 5th inning now. Dallas, Texas Force chasing a few. Taking a water break out there for the umpires.
I don't know if Chris Overly was just teasing us with the raise of his hand with the water in it to let us know, yes, we are getting our thirsts quenched.
You know, I've the most I have done in any one day has been 4 games. These umpires are going to be out there all day. And I can tell you, not only do you get thirsty because you just get thirsty, but you're making calls on every single pitch, and so your voice starts to go after a while. So kudos to this umpire crew. That's TK from Atlanta behind the plate and Chris Overly from San Francisco out on the bases.
So Sean Ryan is going to be lifted for a pinch hitter. Bubba Jones is going to lead off here for the Force in the 5th inning.
Bubba Jones, a sub to start the game, is now starting here. Where's number 99? Bats from the left side. So lefty on lefty, not a matchup you often see here at the NAGAAA Cup. Sends that one a little slap down the third base line. The third baseman's up with it, bare-handed, but not going to make a throw, as Bubba Jones was hustling that on that all the way, taking that first pitch and just dipping it down the line there. Couldn't have rolled that ball any better.
When you have speed, you can get a base hit like that real easily, and he does.
Even with a fantastic play by the third baseman, who charged that ball immediately when he saw that he was going to need to, and then didn't bother to go glove to hand. He just bare-handed it, got it up, and even though he was able to do all of that, because Jones was hustling down that line, there was no reason to make a throw and risk rushing a throw and sending Jones to second or even third.
And now they're using another pinch hitter, although I wonder if Brandt hadn't gone into the game already when Bronson, it looked like Bronson in his last at bat, remember, he pulled up and pulled up a little lame. So Brandt is now batting for the first time.
That's Rhino Brandt?
Rhino.
That's a great first name. It's a great softball name, Rhino Brandt. As he takes a walk. Not an easy thing to do, come in after you've been sitting on the bench and take a walk. That'll bring up McCutcheon, who I'm just going to say again, had that masterful play at third. Best play I've seen. And there's a line drive, little soft dying quail out there to left field. So that'll move Jones over to third. Brandt over to second, and McCutcheon is aboard, loading up the bases for Gessick.
And if you got the bases loaded, here's the man you want up.
Your number 3 batter. He's there for a reason, and this would be a great opportunity to make this game a little closer as they're chasing a bit here. Nobody out. Takes a ball. Goes after that one, skies it. That one should stay in the park. It's going to be caught at the warning track right up against the fence, deep enough to score Jones, and everyone tags up. So Jones will score. Brandt will get to third. McCutcheon will get to second. So a long sac fly does exactly what it's supposed to do.
That ball went about
306 feet.
Okay, yeah.
I'd say, because it's 307 out there, and it would have hit the top of the fence had the outfielder not gotten out there. So that'll bring up Atkinson. He takes 2 pitches. As 1 run is in now, and a called strike on the inside corner. Atkinson knew it. He was getting ready to walk, and then he said, you know what, I'm going to wait for that call. So now it is 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Smart move on his part.
Yeah. There's a hard shot, finds a hole on the left side. In comes Brandt. Jones stops at third as that ball got back in a hurry. And now, if my math is right, we've got 9 runs total for the Force. Is that correct?
Yes. So we're at 14-9.
So there's little by little chipping away here, and the lead that was 7 is now 5. And we've got number 5 hitter, Sirianni, who had that monster shot earlier, the grand slam. Now has an opportunity with runners at first and second, takes a pitch outside. Runners at the corners, 1 out. That pitch comes in, a little too deep, called the ball. So now we've got 3 balls and 1 strike to Sirianni. Here's the 3-1. That one is going to be a strike. Caught the inside corner. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Sirianni gets a hold of that one off the glove of the shortstop, and in will come McCutcheon. Atkinson will stop at second. Sirianni's aboard with an RBI single for run number 10.
Chipping away little by little.
Now the lead is 4, and that brings up the big man, Aros. They're going to have a little visit on the mound to reassure their pitcher. Let him know they've got his back here. Just to kind of see if they can't slow the momentum here. Try to rest that back as Dallas has certainly taken a hold of it. 1 out, 3 in, 2 on to Aros. He takes a pitch inside. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Phoenix Charlies against Dallas Texas Force. There's a shot right up the middle. That will score. They're going to wave Atkinson around third. They're going to send Sirianni to third. So Aros is aboard with an RBI single, making it 11-14. 15. 14. 14. 11-14. So just chasing 3 now. I should point out that this is an elimination game. So you lose and you're done. So these teams are going to fight it out until their very last breath. There's a ground ball to third. Up with it, over to second for out number 1. Back to 2 for the turn. And Chris Overly says, yes, you got it in time. So a double play, no runs scored, as Sens hits into the fielder's choice that goes 5, 4, 3 all around the diamond. But 11, well, not 11 runs, but 4 runs have scored. So it is 11-14 now. We got ourselves a ball game as we head into the bottom of the 5th here at the NAGAAA Cup 2019 in Denver, Colorado.
They had a good thing going there. They were able to get back in the game. They were trailing by 7 to start the inning, now only by 3. Try to hold this team to nothing and come back and get those bats going again. 14-11. Nice game that we have going on here, but still a little ways to go.
They say that football is a game of inches, but I can tell you that that call at first was a game of inches. And, had he been safe, that run would have scored,
right,
and we'd be up again with 2 outs and then a runner at third. But as it is, it did not.
So here is Charlie's coming to bat here. They'll try to get some of that, if not all of it back, and they'll lead off with Turner.
Turner, who had a home run earlier, a ball that I don't think has come down yet, and to sail over the Rockies, which we can have in our view here in the background. It's kind of a hazy day,
Yes,
so we don't have quite the same
no.
beautiful snow-capped mountain view that we had yesterday, but you can see the outline of the Rocky Mountains out there, and boy, folks, they are just as beautiful as it gets.
Still pretty. Still a very pretty sight.
We've been lucky enough to play some softball in some pretty amazing places. There at Luberliner Park in Columbus, where they have a 20-something complex. We played on the coast in San Diego. There was a field there that was literally on the beach. There's a bouncing ground ball into right field. Turner, I won't say he got all of that one, but he got all of the very top part of that ball and sent a bouncer that bounced so high it went into the right field over the first baseman's glove, and so he's aboard safely at first for Santana from the left side. Powell, the pitcher, goes upstairs, tries to bring a little rain out of those clouds, is not successful, too high, so ball 2. There's a hard shot right back
Smack
up the middle. Turner will round second and head to third with his speed. Santana will stop at second, kind of looking to see if there's going to be a throw. The ball gets in, and McCutcheon will hold everything. And we've got runners at first and third and nobody out. And it seemed like the Phoenix Charlie's team is going to say, hey, we want those runs back.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Powell sends that one up. That ball gets served way over the fence. That one is a 310-foot shot that will score 3. So it is now 17-11 as they got those 3 of those 4 runs back.
They sure did, and I believe that is their second over the fence. Third?
I think.
I know that Santana has one.
Turner had one, no?
And Turner had one. They went back to back, so that's that's their third.
That brings up number 11. Takes a couple of balls. Two balls, 2 strikes. Hard shot down the left field side. That's going to get in for a hit, and he's going to get to first safely. And that'll bring up Johnson. With the runner on, I believe that's Tuttle over at first base. Johnson takes the first pitch, strike. That is again Powell working the top of that ceiling. Comes back with another one, ground ball to short. Shortstop fires over to second for 1, back to 2 for not in time on the turn. So Tuttle is out on the play that goes 5-6-3, but the 3 doesn't count. So Tuttle is forced out at second on the fielder's choice for out number 1. I said 5, I meant 6. It was shortstop fielded that.
Shortstop Sirianni with that nice play to get the ball and get that force out at second, get the lead runner.
There's another line shot right up the middle, and now it just seems that Phoenix is hitting with impunity. Johnson will get to second, Mountairs aboard at first, and that'll bring up Valenzuela again. His 4th at-bat of this game.
And only 5 innings, so that tells you that Phoenix has been consistent in hitting today and continue to be that way as they try to advance through the winner's bracket, or through this bracket.
Here in this final
loser's bracket. Yes, this is loser's bracket.
This is what's called the loser's bracket, 5th place. Here's another one right back at Powell.
Oh my goodness.
Blind tosses over to short. That was a beautiful play by Carl Powell.
Sweet.
Half frustration, half talent there as he just blindly tossed it over to where he knew the shortstop would be, and without fail, the shortstop was there. fielded it, got the out at second, and then fired over to first. That was some pretty defense. 3-run score, however, earlier in the inning as Valenzuela hit into the 1-6-3 double play.
That was a Magic Johnson flip.
No kidding, you're right. Just a blind pass.
Yeah, he never looked. Isn't that amazing?
He just knew Jabbar was going to be there.
and he's having fun with some of the fans in the stands. He's going to be batting in this inning, and he's just chatting with them about that play. And
do it all the time.
It was just me being me.
Do it all the time. It's easy. You can do it too. Just play A-ball. Be one of the best players in the country.
And so the man that makes the nice play always leads off the next inning, it seems like, and Carl Powell will bat. You're eating healthy, aren't you? Man is eating healthy.
Yeah, Mitchell Barnes, our resident muscle nerd, is currently enjoying a protein bar, which probably tastes like
a protein bar.
Yeah. Hard cardboard. Powell takes a pitch, ball 2.
We're in the 6th inning, getting a little late now. It's a 6-run deficit that Force is staring at this time.
This could be time. We're getting up on it. Lots of runs have scored. We're in the 6th inning. There's a ground ball to the second baseman. He's up with it. Gently tosses it over to second as the injured Powell is not going to put too much effort into what is a sure out once that fielder fielded it cleanly. So the play goes 4-3. Powell is out. That'll bring up DeFee. 1 for 2. Nobody on. 1 out. Here's the pitch. DeFee holds off of that one. Ball comes in deep across the plate, but over the back shoulder, so it is a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. DeFee goes after that one, sends a foul ball down the left side. That is strike number 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes, but DeFee still has 1 more foul to give. Empty bases, 1 out. Charlie's trailing, Dallas, Texas Force trailing as DeFee sends a shot into left center field. That ball is going to be caught by the center fielder at the warning track, out number 2. So, Rich, this might be it. We are running close on time. Not sure how much time is left, but there is not much.
Well, after this half inning, if they're still up at, I will go down and ask TK Robert if he can tell me how much time we have on that.
Getting up there.
Wes Anderson up. He may be the last batter for Force.
We're not up against a run rule.
No.
But Phoenix does have a good lead. There's the pitch to Anderson. He lays off. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. With that 1-1 count that everybody starts with. Here's the 2-1s. Goes after that one, sends a shot into left center field. That one's going to drop in front of the left fielder, coming in to get it. And Anderson's aboard with a nice piece of hitting with 2 outs. That'll bring up Bubba Jones, who was inserted into this game a couple of innings ago. They're going to run for Anderson.
That's going to be Mike Miller.
Thank you. I was looking for that. So Bubba Jones from the left side.
Well, the Atlanta Primetime Elite are sitting in the stands right in front of us. They are getting up, and I'm wondering if they're not going to play in our next game.
Could very well be. Against maybe the winner of this game, as there's a fly ball from Bubba Jones out to the left field, and that is going to be out number 3. And that looks like...
Let's see, are they coming out of dugout?
Looks like we are still on.
Yeah.
So out number 3 has been recorded. As we head to the bottom of the 6th. Nope. Okay, we were right. That was time. Ball game has ended. So the final score is...
Final score is going to be 17-11. Phoenix advances. And for the Dallas, Texas Force, their run in the tournament has come to an end.
And a good run it was.
It was.
They will end the day today in 5th place, and we will now see the Phoenix Charlies against the Atlanta Prime Time Elite. I believe the Prime Time Elite is going into the dugout. Not sure. Do they play the Phoenix Charlies? Because they're going into their dugout. Anyway, we'll see. We're going to close off our coverage. We'll come back in just a minute or two with continuing coverage of the winners bracket final. So that certainly wouldn't. Neither of these teams will play. We have the winners bracket final coming up next. You're watching the 2019 NAGAAA Cup on the Cloud Sports Network. For Rich Siegel, I'm Roman Jimenez. We'll be back in just a minute.